Okay guys, today we're going to show you the difference between composite video on a CRT versus the quality of composite video on a high definition TV. So, at first glance it doesn't look that bad, but we're going to do some close-ups and really show you exactly how modern displays handle composite video, S-video, RF, and low definition over YPPPR. So anyway, here's composite video on a CRT TV. Now here's basically the same thing, but this time on a high definition TV. So here's the reason why composite looks pretty bad on a high definition TV. You see, up until the Dreamcast, a lot of retro consoles mostly used a low resolution called 240p, and that was because retro consoles at the time, they weren't robust enough to take advantage of the 480 interlace signal provided by all standard definition TVs at the time. So, what programmers used was 240 progressive to display their work on TVs. And here's the thing. When it comes to CRT TVs, they read it correctly and show it the way it's supposed to be. And it's also responsible for the scan lines. I don't know if you can see it that well, but I think you can see it. But when it comes to high definition displays, if you're not using S-video, then it's going to look really bad, because HDTVs will almost always take that 240p signal and interlace it to 480i and then upscale it to fit your TV's internal resolution. And as a result, it looks like mud. And that's a shame, because HDTVs were supposed to do this. They were supposed to take that resolution and display it properly. And because that's not the case, we get a lot more artifacts than we're used to seeing on standard definition TVs. And a lot of retro consoles, they ran at a lot of resolutions. They ran at 256 by 240, which is the resolution NES games ran at. 224 by 200, 256 by 224, 320 by 224, 320 by 240, and it goes on. And that's a really low resolution when you think about it. It may sound like, hey, that's a lot of pixels when you first think about it, but in reality, when you see it in action, you can actually see every individual pixel depending on the video source and the display. If you're using a console that uses 480 interlace, 640 by 480 as its standard resolution, then odds are your HDTV is going to read it correctly. And HDTVs, they were built for that. They were built for that more than 240 progressive. And I hope you're following me here, because it's kind of sad. But there is a workaround. There exists external upscalers called the XRGB Mini FrameMeister HD Video Converter, which is basically a SCART to HDMI. But there also exists composite to HDMI upscalers along with S-video. And they'll clean up the image a lot, but depending on the upscaler and your display, you may find yourself dissatisfied with the end results. And the thing is, the vast majority of those external upscalers, including all those cheap composite to HDMI converters, all they do is that they take that 240p signal and interlace it, which still explains why it may look sharper, but you still have the nasty artifacts that you wish weren't there. The XRGB Mini reads that 240p signal as progressive, and that's good because you get a lot less lag than usual. And also, input lag. Input lag is bad. You don't want it when it comes to playing video games. And here's why. Input lag is a delay between the press of a button and visual feedback, and it can really mess you over when it comes to retro gaming on high-definition displays. I recommend you game on a CRT if you want an instant response, especially with NES games, because some HDTVs, the amount of lag you get when it comes to gaming on composite on a HDTV is unforgivable. At worst, you will get 4 to 5 frames of lag, but other times you might get around 1 to 2 frames of lag, which is not bad. However, CRTs also have some input lag. However, only a few of them actually do. They basically have none because all they do is take that video signal and display it. HDTVs, on the other hand, what they do is they take that video signal, interlace it, deinterlace it, and then scale it to your TV's resolution. And that is not the way to go. So, remember when I told you not to use composite on an HDTV? Well, here's why, and you can see it's freaking ugly. And anyway, we'll get some more on that later. So until next time, see ya.